Hello, welcome to Biography TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Mamadou Dia. Mamadou Dia, according to official records, was born on the 18th of July, 1910. He was a Senegalese politician who was the first Prime Minister of Senegal from 1957 until 1962. He was forced to resign in 1962 and was subsequently imprisoned amidst accusations that he was planning to stage a military coup to unseat President Léopold Sédar Senghor. He died on the 25th of January 2009 at the age of 98. Mamadou Dia was born in Kombole in the Thiès region of Senegal on the 18th of July 1910. His father was a veteran soldier who later became a policeman. He began his education in a Quranic school before he later moved into Western education at the École William Ponty, which was the principal training ground of the elite in French Africa in the 1920s and 1930s. As a low-caste individual, when compared to the citizens of Senegal's four communes, his passing the baccalaureate was considered remarkable. He trained as a teacher and rose to the position of head teacher before proceeding to study economics in Paris. Before turning to politics, he worked as journalist, teacher, and school director. In his book, Africa, the Price of Freedom, he stated that he was actually born a year later than his documents claimed. One of his teachers made him 1 year older on official documents to allow him to pass the competition for the William Ponty School. Otherwise, he would have been too young to stand in for the competition. Dia started his political career in 1947 as a leader in the Grand Council of the Afrique Occidentale Française (AOF) and as Secretary General of the Senegalese Democratic Bloc (BDS) from the following year. He was a member of the French Senate from 1948 to 1956 and as deputy in the French National Assembly from 1956 to 1958, sitting with the parliamentary group of Overseas Independent (IOM). Along with Senghor, Dia founded the African Convention Party (PCA) in January 1957 from the BDS. When the then President of France, Charles de Gaulle, proposed a referendum on the French community in 1958, the two leaders took opposite stances. Dia was in favor of a break with France, while Senghor wanted to keep Senegal in the community. Dia was one of the main figures and served as the vice president of the unsuccessful Mali Federation of Senegal and French Sudan until its collapse. Upon the proclamation of independence on the 20th of August 1960, he was named Prime Minister while Senghor was the President of the Republic of Senegal. Through Dia, Senghor, being a Catholic in a largely Islamic country, was able to connect to the Muslim populace. Dia was also a profound orator in the Wolof language. However, his time as Prime Minister was often controversial and his radical socialist views clashed many times with those of the more moderate Senghor. Mamadou Dia was right in the middle of Senegal's first major post-independence crisis in December 1962 when he reportedly tried an unsuccessful constitutional coup against Senghor. The experience of the preceding 3 years proved the difficulty of the power sharing. Dia had control of the economy and began to implement some of the ideas he had articulated in his book, Reflections sur l'économie de l'Afrique noire, which was published in 1960, especially in the reform of the groundnut sector. This not only offended vested interests that were the powerful religious leaders controlling the groundnut business, but began to be a source of concern to the French. As a result of the power struggle between these two political heavyweights, a group of dissident parliamentarians motivated by Senghor tabled a motion of no confidence against Dia. He wasted no time responding by invoking executive powers and ordering the army to lock the assembly building before the votes could be taken. Senghor charged it as an attempted coup, in turn calling out the army, most of whom were loyal to him. Dia, along with many of his ministers, were arrested and tried for treason. Eventually, he was compelled to resign and subsequently imprisoned. He was later pardoned in 1974 and granted amnesty in 1976. Dia made an attempt to come back into the political space of Senegal as a major player in the early 1980s when multi-party democracy was introduced by Mamadou Dia, but his party, the People's Democratic Movement, found little support. So he never regained a position of power. However, he continued to be an iconic figure in the Senegalese politics. When he died in Dakar on the 25th of January 2009, he was mourned nationally with a massive outpouring of sentiment in national newspapers. By the time of his death, Dia had well over 10 publications to his name. What have we missed out of this biography of Dia? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.